health and stronger days, better choices, better ways. Of money moves and plans so wise, for brighter futures in our eyes. No judgment here, just open ground, where honest stories can be found. Each voice a thread in one big plan, woven tight at the table of men. It's the table of men, oh yeah, where voices rise in the open air. Family, health and finance too, ocean talks in all we do. Program table of men, we stand, building futures hand in hand. On Wells Radio we come alive, 89.3 where we thrive. Oh yeah, oh yeah, 89.3 where we thrive. Oh yeah, whoa, yeah.
Xavier.
Many thanks for joining us on the program for today on the Table of Men on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state's #1 family radio station, broadcasting live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alafin Avenue, Uluyole, Estate Ibadan, the capital of your state. Ekurole, Shalafia Niabai. This is the Table of Men, Tabili Awokuri, on 89.3 FM. Table of Men is the program where we, of course, as agenda men, we sit down and talk about real life issues. These, situation, they are things that happen every day, but unfortunately, they are passing us by because our agenda, somehow we exclude ourselves from the day-to-day conversation, and we, immerse ourselves very deeply in survival, in provision. All of these are very great. They're very beautiful. But again, we must join the real conversation. I joke about this all the time. If you call, say, and you find this in everywhere, billboards of women's meeting, women's conference, women's development, this all the time, and hardly, Tebari billboard, Mewa, Tonshe billboard, conferences for women, you probably will find half of a man because we hardly call meetings, and when we do, men do not attend. Guess what? Even when you call the virtual ones, you get stuff like, what time is it? What's the matter, me? And all of that, which is very unfortunate. And so we must cultivate the habit. We must get to a point where we normalize, inclusive conversation as men, or to call everybody. We shouldn't just let these things out to the feminine gender alone. We must also be part of it. And trust me, Kamakbaro Loto, we are busy. And that is why we have a show like the Table of Men, so that you're not far, you're not so far away from the reality of real life issues. And I'm very glad for, the men that we have on the table, because trust me, they're also busy people. But out of their own busy time, it's also sacrifice for them to say, you know what, let's come on radio. Eja Awasori radio, ka sọ̀rọ̀. Táwọn ọkùnrin bíi tiwa náà á gbọ́nlé, and they can truly learn something from. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo, and I would like to welcome you specially to today's edition of the Table of Men. You can watch us live on Facebook, Helima Wowa, Bayi Lojopo Facebook Wowa. We do the show in English and in Yoruba, and it's very intentional, just to ensure that fi ọkùnrin kan sílẹ̀. Tá bá sọ òyìnbó gan tó wà níbí, òyìnbó tó wà lẹ́nu wọn ní agbára. Àmọ́ tá bá sọ ní òyìnbó nìkan, it won't be. We're not going to be including everybody. Ọkùnrin kan akọ gbèsè 89.3 abasari pé òyìnbó wọn yẹn ó ti pọ̀ jù fẹ́mi o. So Yoruba tí mo gbọ́. So that's why we're doing it both in English and in Yoruba language to ensure that we carry everybody along. Lójú òpó Facebook yẹn, you can go there, watch the video. Lè share comment yín ńgbà tá a bá tẹ́ pẹpẹ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ lórí ètò lónìí. Nítorí náà ẹ bá ń pe ọkùnrin kan. Call them, let them come and listen to the show, whether highly educated, whether not so educated. Ètò ògbóyìnbó ẹ̀yin náà ẹ máa bọ̀. Òyìnbó lẹ gbọ́, ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹ gbọ́ ń pa ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ọ̀nà méjì ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́, whether formal àbí informal, èyí tá a lọ kà ń school. Àti èyí tá a lọ kà ń school gbogbo àkọ́là ń sọ òyìnbó, ṣùgbọ́n à ń ṣiṣẹ́, à ń ka owó. A lè kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa pé báyìí ni àti pé báyìí kọ́. So gbogbo ìgbà kì í ṣe pé alákọ̀wé ní nǹkan náà dáyé fún. As a man, we must always be ready to be a part of it. Once again, you are welcome to the show for today. Káàbọ̀ sórí ètò tábìlì àwọn ọkùnrin fún tòní. Ohun tá a fẹ́ sọ lónìí, ó kan everybody. That's to be very honest. In fact, how did I come about the topic of today? Because I spend, time on social media a lot. Mo máa wà lórí internet dáadáa. Mo dẹ̀ rí pé lẹ́nu jọ́ mẹ́ta yìí, àwọn tó ń ṣe skit, some of our skit makers, I mean, as content creators, they are making money off, AdSense and digital currencies, which is like the new crude. That's why they say content is king now. Content is money. They're making a lot of money. However, on me, to feel a balance, their revenue is through advertisement. Bigger brands, smaller brands, and when iléeṣẹ́ kéékèèké àtàwọn tó ti tóbi, wọ́n á súnmọ́ wọn, ẹ bá mi ṣe ìpolówó and all of that. And I realized that the advert of gift cards, you can trade your gift card. You can trade your gift card. Only in Kokon, Apple gift card, Amazon gift card. Only ó tún gbòde kan sìn. Pé o pé iṣẹ́ wo ló ń ṣe tó fi ní gift card? Why the popularity of this gift card? Gift card, gift card, all of last month, that was quite disturbing for me. Gift card, gift card, ọmọdé kan ní sọ̀rọ̀, èmi náà fẹ́ lọ gba gift card. Èwo ni gift card? Ó wá ní particular creator kan mi ní dárúkọ ẹ̀, kí má bàṣẹ́ jẹ́. I actually enjoy watching his content because it's quite funny. But tí máa lo language tó máa ń lo àwọn kan àti mọ́, any little thing I had to describe young man as ọmọọba. He would describe the young man as ọmọọba. And I was like, ṣebí iṣẹ́ báyìí ló ń ṣe fún mi lówó now. Iṣẹ́ báyìí ló ń ṣe fún mi lówó now. While, he's just trying to create his own content, I still think that he's trying to popularize something or trying to help us understand in tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nígboro nísè. Today on the show, our topic is Yahoo culture. The culture of Yahoo, survivor pressure of failure of values. Yahoo ti pọ̀ ń tàn sìn. Àwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣe Yahoo ibi tá à ń lọ nìyẹn. Cyber crime is all over the place now. Nígbà kan la gbọ́ pé àwọn òbí kan, àwọn ìyá kan kó ẹgbẹ́ jọ pé wọ́n ń ṣe màmá ìyá àwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣe cyber crime Yahoo, pé kódà wọ́n tún ṣèpàdé àdúrà láti rí i pé wọ́n ń gbàdúrà fáwọn ọmọ wọn. Lóòótọ́ kò sóbi tó ní gbàdúrà fọmọ ẹ̀, iṣẹ́ tọmọ yín bá ń ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n lọ́mọ yín ò ṣàgbàfọ̀. Ó dẹ̀ ń kó suit wa, ó ń kó jàlábíà wa, ó ń kaṣọ wálé. It should bother all of us, it should bother all of us. Gbogbo òbí lọ̀rọ̀ ikàn. Iṣẹ́ wo lọmọ yín ṣe? Ó ń lo fóònù yẹn, series 13 ẹ̀. In fact 17 Pro, èyí tó wà ń tà ń sìn, ọmọ yín ń lò ó, àwọn fóònù ńláńlá ó ń lò ó, àbí ó wà ní school wá sọ fún yín pé èmi náà ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan kan láti pawọ́dà, I don't have a problem with it. Àmọ́ kí ni nǹkan tó ń ṣe láti fi pawọ́dà? Tẹ́ bá wá rí kíní yìí, ó ti ṣe ló dàgbà àwọn bàbá dákẹ́ lórí ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà méjì ni tàwọn màmá yẹn from my findings ló pín sí. Of course, the community of women who think it is appropriate to pray for their children no matter what they are doing. And also the community of women who think kò wà appropriate. Tọ́ba bí àwọn ìyá lọ́jà ìwọ̀n arọ́mọ míì tó ṣe irun kan sórí wọn ti máa pè lórúkọ kan kìnnì kan. Ṣé máa rí pópin sọ́nà méjì? But I see that for men, the silence is quite... the silence is like graveyard silence. Ó dákẹ́ gan. Men seem not to be talking about it for today. And that's our conversation. Kọ́tàmá sọ lórí ètò tábìlì àwọn ọkùnrin fún tòní. The culture of Yahoo tó wà ń gbòòrò ń sìn. Nígbà tí mi ń dàgbà, kíní popular gan. Tó yẹ pé ọmọ tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ń gbà yẹn, kò sí bóyá fẹ́ ṣe, pressure yẹn máa wà. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe ló dà pé ó kú láàrin kan, ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́njọ́ mẹ́ta ó tún ti jí. Social media tiẹ̀ tí wàá jẹ́ kó wà very popular pẹ̀lú ní gift card tí mò ń sọ yín sìn. Any little advert tí content creator kan kíní kan company come and trade your gift card. Níbo ló ti fẹ́ rí gift card? Tí ò bá ń ṣe pé ọ̀nà tó ń rìn òun lọ̀nà yìí. And so you see that a lot of our young men, ẹ máa gbọ́ school na scam. Ìyẹn ń sìn kọ́ lọ́n ṣàánú wa ni. Lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná lórí show Lizette on Monday, Home Drive Mix, would you rather take a good name or 500,000? And you see that a lot of young people that engaged on that show, they're like, who good name help? 500,000. Lucian will pay 500,000. Come at this sanwó ilé. 500,000 yóò tí sanwó ilé. Kí 500,000 yẹn fẹ́ rà. So wàá gba 500,000. Wàá dẹ̀ bàrẹ̀ lórúkọ jẹ́. It's a pandemic, and indeed it's a strong issue in our society today. That's our conversation for today. Lórí tábìlì àwọn ọkùnrin. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the show. Where do we start? We have Dikindan in the studio. Shalafia lewa.
Agentu.
Ekwede.
It is around Nigeria.
Around Nigeria. Mr. Daniel Shawakwa.
I'm good.
We thank God. And we need to find a name for you. Joe, what's up?
Fine. Apostle Joe.
Apostle Joe. Okay, let me start with Joe. You know, I mean, Joe would rather want to speak in English, so I'll just want to take you up in English. You know, the economy is hard, whether we like it or not, and we're trusting and praying to God that God will help our leaders right to be able to make and smoothen things appropriately. Ṣùgbọ́n economy tó dá nǹkan tó dá ẹ̀ ní Yahoo ti wà o. Right? The new wave of young men trying to make money quickly, especially through the path of cybercrime, would you say it's as a result of the economic hardship, or is it an excuse for survival? Is it greed? Is it parental breakdown? Is it a moral issue? I would like to have your view on what you think led us here.
It's actually, the question is extremely encompassing, actually. But what I see here is that, like you rightly said, economy has really never been so good, especially in Nigeria. It has not, we've not had a time where everybody smiles to the bank, right? So though there were economies where some people, the level of complaints of people were a bit reduced as compared to what we have now. But what I see is also in the line of one point I raised last week.
Okay.
And it's about our society. The society has placed so much of unrealistic demands on people. If you talk about survival, some of these Yahoo guys, so to say, some of them don't even have a clue of what survival means.
Okay.
You see a guy of 14, 12, 10 even now, that don't even have anything, so to say, called survival. They don't even know what it means to survive. They don't even know what it means to wake up in the morning and think about life. Some of them don't even know where life is taking them to. So it's an indication of the erosion of what you call pandemic that I will also agree with you, that has eaten deep into the system of our values. We do not hold anything as much as important to us again. The only thing that we hold as so much important to our lives now is money. And the society has created an indication that you can do anything as long as you are making money.
You have money.
You can, whatever it is that you are doing, as long as you are making money, you are okay. So it still boils down to an indication of the erosion that has bedeviled Nigeria or that has bedeviled our environment. Because now, everything we do has to be accepted by the environment that we find ourselves in before we believe they are okay. Even if they are killing, if they are destroying, even if they are inimical to our existence, as long as it fits in and it makes you look a certain way, pleasing to the environment, pleasing to your society, is good. So I see it as more of an erosion of values, of good systems that have eaten deep into the
Let me come
fabric
to
of
Mr.
our
Daniel.
system.
Kí lẹ rò pé báwo lẹ ṣe rò pé a ṣe débí? Wọ́n ní ọmọ ò kì í dàgbà jù lọ́wọ́ àwọn òbí ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yóò dà pé ọmọ ti dàgbà jù lọ́wọ́ àwọn òbí ẹ̀ o. In fact, I heard of a boy kò parí secondary school tó fi sá kúrò nílé. Ó sá kúrò nílé. Nígbà tó máa padà dé, of course, in quote, wọ́n lò náà ti dánmọ́ ọba. Ó dẹ̀ ra mọ́tò fún màmá ẹ̀. Màmá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń gun mọ́tò yẹn. Àwọn náà ń jayé. Wọ́n ń ṣe màmá àdúgbò. And all of that. Ṣọ́mọ yẹn dàgbà jù lọ́wọ́ òbí ẹ̀. Bó la ṣe débi tá a dé yìí.
Ẹ ṣe n tí mo kọ́ fẹ́ sọ ipa méjì ni màá sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ lórí. Àkọ́kọ́ ni wípé òbí ti fi ọmọ wọn lé ọwọ́ ará àta láti bá wọn tọ́jú. In tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe wọ́n ti fílẹ̀ fara àta. Wọ́n á gbáàyàn, wọ́n á ní kó máa bá wọn wo ọmọ wọn. Àwọn á wá owó lọ. So in tó yẹ kí wọ́n fi sí inú ayé ọmọ yẹn, wọn ò ní fi síbẹ̀. Wọ́n wá fi bí ayé ọmọ wọn lé ọwọ́ àwọn ẹlòmíràn láti bá wọn tọ́jú ẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì yẹn dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ́ òun náà bóyá ẹnìkan tó yẹ pé bóyá òun náà ń àtijọ́ àti mu lòun wá káàkiri. So kí n tó bá ti lọ.
Anything goes.
Òun lòun gbà ń tẹ. Bọ́mọ yẹn dé tí ò ṣe dáadáa kò ní ṣubúlẹ̀ sọ fún obìnrin tó ló mọ̀ pé tóun bá sọ á dínà jẹ òun. Ó níbi tó máa ti nípa lórí owó tóun gbà. Now n tí mo wá rí ni wípé mo discover pé àmọ̀pọ̀ tábìlì àwọn ọkùnrin la wà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wàhálà tí mo wá rí ni wípé àwọn ọkùnrin nígbà mìíràn a kì í ní àǹfààní láti dúró ti nǹkan tí àwọn ìyá wa bá ń sọ fún wa lórí àwọn ọmọ yẹn. A ò lásìkò tó. So ó wá fún àwọn ọmọ yẹn láti máa ṣe tó wù wọ́n. Bóyá tó bá dalẹ̀ tí ìyá bá tó bá dé ọmọ yín máa ṣe nǹkan báyìí. Ọmọ ní ọmọ yín ṣe nǹkan báyìí. A ní kí lẹ wá ṣe fún. Ìmíràn máa ń wà tó yẹ pé wàhálà tá a máa ní pé àwọn ọkùnrin gbà míì particular tó bá ti jọ pé ọkùnrin lọmọ yẹn tó bá ń ṣe tí ò dá lé tán bá ti nà á ní ẹ má nà ẹ mọ̀ pọ̀ ọkùnrin ni ọmọkùnrin ni ìyẹn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wọ orí ọmọ yẹn. So ó wá máa wá gbé kínní á wá gbé ìwà yẹn lọ síta láti máa wu nǹkan tó wù. Society, our laws is no more holding ground again.
Ìyẹn àwọn òfin wa.
Yes. Now I discovered that once you are having money, the law will favor you. But once you don't have the money, the law will work on you. So our youth, they have this mentality. They look for a loophole that they can enter into and work on you. Now they look at it and said, once I have money, even if I kill and I have money, I know they are not going to jail me. So easily they will say, okay, I can easily do it. Well, even if I'm arrested, nobody is going to hold me responsible. So they now look at that place and say, well, This and our laws are no more holding ground.
Yeah.
If the laws are holding ground, if a youth woke up one day and discovered that somebody did this thing and this is what
the
they
consequence of the
thank you,
actions.
sir. Now most of them say, this thing is not. I need to quickly, because nobody want to die.
Ben.
So now ibi tí mo ń rí pé wàhálà yẹn ti wá wà nìyẹn, òfin kò dúró dáadáa mọ́, ó ṣe gàtè kò ṣe gàtè lòfin yẹn ń ṣe báyìí. So then àwọn bàbá tó yẹ kó dúró ńlé torí àtijẹ àtimú yẹn wọn ò dúró mọ́ ńlé, ó fààyè gba ọmọ yẹn ọkùnrin láti ṣe ohun tó fẹ́ láti ṣe. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n dúró báyìí.
Let me come to Dickin Dan. I mean, Dickin Dan, teenage teacher lao. Catch them young, which is really good because tẹ́bá wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí àwọn ọmọ yẹn, I can only imagine nǹkan tó ń go on lórí wọn.
Exactly.
Nǹkan tó ń go on. I know a boy, Toke my man, struggle right now, very hard because the things that he's seeing on the internet, and the mother want to detach from the internet, but school assignment, and they are so smart, they are so tech smart. Brilliant young man. We took barrier assignment in a few minutes, but you know what? He's already on sports sites and already doing this. But mommy, my shoes are bad. Don't worry, I don't have the money now, but I'll buy it next month. And kilo nshelo the site say sport I can play this and make this money and buy my shoes myself. And you're already thinking, did your mother say she cannot buy it? She said, wait. But the pressure of my classmates are buying stuff, kilo nshele lori awon, especially teenagers. I would like to know, because I don't want to mention names, so come on that. But when we go on the internet, we see some of these young folks on TikTok. They will tell you, if you know what their worth is, from digital money, it will blow your mind.
Exactly.
And these younger ones are seeing them. The guys are, and you live in this class, say, I don't know. I just feel still like that. But what's happening in the minds of the teenagers? Kina on roll.
Pé àwọn ọmọ yìí ẹ̀yin pé àwọn pastor bíi Apostle Joe nísìnyí àwọn máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni, but the children sees more. They hear less, but they sees more. So over the time, society has played a picture, and that picture we want to embrace. Before we blame
What's
these
the picture?
children,
Can you picture it?
Katama bá ọmọ yìí wí. Let's take 30, 40 years back. Let's look at how we fathers, our grandfather, our moyeni, role one law play that brought this menace around. Over the years, society embraced something. If you are not there, you are not there. Imagine as a teenager, you saw how intelligent and how struggling your mom is. And in society, she's not accepted. In the church, she's not accepted. In the school, she's been rejected. And now, you saw another person that doesn't uphold any values, to anything. The father, I'm okay. She be con yo sanwó ọmọ tí wọ́n ti bí. Ó sanwó ilé ìwé ọmọ tí ó ti bí sílẹ̀.
Ben.
She society reject one. Wọ́n wà ní occasions tó ń jẹ́ chairman. So they are still relevant, and they are seeing them. So what we have preached over the years is good name, fisile. Run after riches. Forget about delayed gratification. And they ran with this mentality over the years. That's why every opportunity through the internet, through every ways, what they're after, they are not creating values. All the content they are creating is because of money.
Vibes and vibes. Cruise.
Just cruise and money. It's not probably they are trying to add value or educate or enlighten anybody. It's just about cruise, how they can make money. Because society paint picture that, okay, talk about sharing any program, any educative program, can you value to place the lorry, only fun. Best graduate students in your school, you love fun.
Let me digress a bit. The best graduate student in my set, she's my friend, someone that due to me Ogba 10,000 One professor Kineka Award, ó dẹ̀ gba 10,000. Owó tó fi wọkọ̀ wá fún convocation gan ju 10,000 lọ.
So but that get
Yẹn lọ́dún yẹn ọ̀bí wá ti yin sókè báyìí.
but lady yẹn tó ṣe hook up pẹ̀lú àwọn big boys tó bá wà ní school, the best graduate students
Or even other competitions on TV that people see.
So the best graduate students go dey stand the one. Society accepts those people rather than those one that has values and discipline. So the picture they've seen over the years from their preteens to that level is that society, even Konkawa that intelligent, society will accept her. What society wants to see is the outcome.
But has it always been like that?
Mr.
Ṣó ti máa ń rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn?
mo rí nǹkan kan
Okay,
ní nǹkan tó ń sọ. Ṣé mo pé society tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ ṣé bí society náà ni gbogbo wa jọ wà.
Exactly.
Àwa náà ò ṣe máa wo nǹkan olúwa àti society ní ká wò. Torí pé ó ní nǹkan kankan tí wọ́n ti fi sọ́kàn yín láti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń bọ̀. Pé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n ní pé orúkọ rere àwọn èèyàn ti jù nù. Now the issue is that nígbà yẹn sà nígbà yẹn ṣe ń bọ̀ yìí ẹ̀yin value orúkọ yín ju owó lọ. Kò sí iye tán fẹ́ fún yín lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe jókòó sórí chair tẹ́ ẹ̀ value orúkọ yín ju owó iye kò sí iye tẹ́ fẹ́ gbà.
No, I mean
that is true.
That's my standard.
That's the issue. Now the issue is that kí ló dé tẹ́yìn fi ronú bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹnìkan ti sọ nǹkan kan sọ́pọlọ yín pé orúkọ rere o. Mo sì rí àwọn kan tó ṣì wà ní Nàìjíríà tó ti kú tó yẹ pé orúkọ tí bàbá wọn filẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So kí ló dé tó fi jẹ́ pé orúkọ yẹn ò bàjẹ́ torí pé wọ́n ti fi nǹkan kan sórí àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Náà mo fẹ́ sọ kí nìkan mo gbọ́rọ̀ ẹnìkan wọ́n rán ọmọ wọn lọ sí abroad pé kó lọ kàwé ọkùnrin lọmọ yẹn. Náà ìròyìn wọn á dé bá wọn wípé ọmọ yẹn o kò lọ léèwé mọ́ ó ti kẹ́gbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́ ní òkè òkun. Ṣé mọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ bi yín léèrè nínú àwọn méjèèjì tá a lè rò pé ó yẹ kó lọ láti lọ ọmọ yẹn.
Nínú bàbá àbí ìyá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àmì ẹni bàbá ẹ̀ ni o.
Ṣùgbọ́n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé àwọn méjèèjì ló jọ lọ. Wọ́n wá àyè fọmọ yẹn torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la wọn nìyẹn. So wọ́n lọ ọmọ yẹn wọ́n wá mú dúró ńbẹ̀ o wọ́n wá dá ọmọ yẹn padà sílé wọ́n á jókòó síbí báyìí. Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí àdúrà tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbà fún wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ̀rọ̀ fún wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe oríṣiríṣi fún mo fẹ́ sọ fún yín pé ọmọ yẹn ó ti di dókítà lónìí. Na ibẹ̀ náà ló padà lọ ilé ìwé yẹn náà ló padà lọ ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan kan ti wà ní wọ́n ti nǹkan kan bọ̀nú pé bá a ti ṣe rèé nígbà tí mo jẹ́ bàbá tí mi ò mọ bọ́mọ mi ṣe nígbà tí mi wà ní school bàbá mi máa wá school bàbá mi tó bá ti dé wọ́n ṣe ń jọ́ kan sà nígbà tí mo wà ní primary school mo kúnlẹ̀ sí inú oòrùn láti àárọ̀ títí di ọ̀sán inú oòrùn mo kúnlẹ̀ sí níwájú principal's office wa kí ni mo ṣe ń jọ yẹn ni wípé mo pẹ́ dé school ó dẹ̀ gbọ́ pé mo pẹ́ délé ìwé.
Nígbà yẹn dẹ̀ punctuality was a thing.
Yeah, it was.
Not now that you can take your child to school at 8:30.
Now ní ìsìn tí n bá fẹ́ lọ síbì kan màá ti program rẹ pé tó máa ní aago mẹ́rin ni màá ti make sure pé mo débẹ̀ láago mẹ́ta kò ń ṣe wípé mo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ẹnìkan ti fi síbi lọ́pọlọ.
You know, let me come to Joe.
Yeah.
Again, poverty is a thing, and not just peculiar to Nigeria, third world nation. Even, in fact, I saw a documentary recently, even in Washington.
Exactly.
There's a street where
there are people living homeless.
Highly deserted.
Yeah, there are people
you
living
would
homeless.
not even imagine that this can happen in DC.
Yeah.
Is poverty, I mean, I've seen children from average families that still venture into cybercrime.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't have the statistics, but from assumption, it's like more children from poor families, low man, go into this thing. Should poverty contribute? Do you think poverty is also?
Yeah. Pardon me to maybe go back a little bit. Let me just pick from what Mr. Dan just said about the society. I want to merge what Pastor Dan and Mr. Dan. I want to merge.
Promoted to pastor.
Yeah. I want to merge what he said with what he said. Actually, I think he was trying not to blame the society per se. He was trying to put the whole of the blame on the family. I believe that the society we are talking about starts from a family. So every individual in the society comes from a family. So if you are talking about a society, we are talking about a group of families. But in the real sense, if you look at some families, it depends on what they hold as important to them that will determine the kind of values they will instill into their children. So if you have a family that what is so much paramount to them is how the family can make money, and that is the value in a real sense they are instilling into the minds of the children. All the father is talking about is how do you make money. Look at this person. Look at, in fact, this person graduated when he was 16 years old from the university and he has a car now. Look at this. So from every indication, the father wants every of his kids to make money. And in that light, all he will be preaching about in that very particular family is money. It will get to a particular time that child thinks about nothing else than making money. It's different from a father who gives the children a certain light into what it means to make money and how the money can be made. So if all the father tells the child is money making is important, money making is expedient, money making makes you relevant to the society, the guy thinks about nothing else than making the money. But if the father teaches the child how the money can be made and then streamline it to legitimate means of making money and give the consequences of making the money in another way, I think another picture would have been painted here. But if you look at the family, let me now come back to poverty.
Right.
Poverty is a major contributor. It's a very, very major. In fact, the influence of poverty in the crime scene of Nigeria is extremely palpable. Once you catch a criminal now, the first thing you want to hear was, is the family, I've actually had friends who would tell me. There was one time I was standing with a friend while I was in university. We were discussing, and all of a sudden the guy just snapped. He snapped off our conversation and started weeping. And I was wondering what, because at that time this car, I've forgotten the name of this car.
Is it Hummer?
No, not Hummer. Very Jaguar. Jaguar just came out then, and the guy saw a very young lady in the car driving by, and the guy say, even my grandfather did not buy a car, even my father did not buy a car. Look at this young, look at this.
Such a person will make money by all means.
It shows me the level of virtue, of importance the guy attached to money. And today, if we don't want to deceive ourselves in the society, the success we are talking about is making money. We have actually circumvented our mind away from every other thing. If your child graduates from the university and comes on top of the class, and maybe you struggled to, and the child is called upon on the day of convocation to come and get an award, that celebration ends there. But if you talk about, I don't want to mention this content creators,
like reality
TV, whatever, or even one of these content creators that are young, graduating even at the bottom of the class, he will be celebrated more than the guy. In fact, he will be the highlight of the whole convocation, probably than the person
probably will
came
make the
first.
cover page of a newspaper the next
day. So it shows the importance we attach to money. So in the society where money is all that we want, our kids hear it, like Pastor Dan said, our children hear it, the family members hear it, and all they want to talk about is money. Every conversation now, if money is out of it, is not relevant again. For you to even say it, for you to talk about the word of God now, you hear people telling you, please leave that aside. Maybe some of us who do that, we understand. You talk about
lately
the word of God.
There's something called prosperity gospel.
Yeah, exactly. Even in church today, any message that is not born out of how to make money or making money to be is not relevant.
Let's open the studio lines for those who may want to join the conversation. If you are listening to the show, then you know that you would like to contribute to the show. You can join the conversation 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4 in 3 meter 4893, or 0911-33333 Mary 893. Join the conversation. Let's talk about consequences. I personally believe, and let me come to the kindan. I believe that one of the reasons tikini ifidaipe only silojojumo is that there are no consequences. I'm not saying that if you go to, say, maybe the prisons, you may not find those who were prosecuted for cybercrime related issues. However, kò tó bó ṣe yẹ kó tó, mi fẹ́ dárúkọ àdúgbò, but àwọn àdúgbò kan wà tẹ́ bá lọ ń bàdàn yìí, àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti wà ní títì, wọ́n á dá wọn dúró, wọ́n ti mọ bó ṣe ń fún wọn. Kódà mo tún gbọ́ pé, I mean, this our work, you always hear the gist that àwọn kan ńgbà tán bá rówó gbà àwọn ọlọ́pàá máa ń mọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé bóyá orin ń ta ọlọ́pàá ń bọ̀ nílé ẹ̀ àwa gbà ṣe ẹ̀ tiẹ̀. You know, I look at some of these things and they just seem very ridiculous. If, for instance, if all of these allegations of Boya Tolokpa Bada wrong Bowo, as we may seem to be seeing, but we are not in the conversation, so we don't really know. But that seemed to appear like what it is. And Boya won loli won loto, as they say. Till law enforcement, Tibati were involved in this trade. How then can we give consequences? Do you think consequence may have, and consequence could be in different ways, maybe from the part of the government or latili? Obi mi mo lo to ṣùgbọ́n ní àwọn ọmọ yẹn egun eju tèmi lọ ṣé mo wá fẹ́ máa nà ni ṣé mo wá fẹ́ máa ṣé kí na lè ṣe, especially in the part of consequence, to ensure that people truly dance to the tune of their actions.
Ẹsẹ̀ méjì ni tá a bá sọ consequence reward nǹkan. If all our emphasis on consequence, what about reward? Now that police officer tó lọ gba commission is because our guy okay, and at least he knew what they were doing and what they are still doing and where they are by virtue of what they are doing. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kò sí kan tó ń fẹ́ ṣe tó ń fẹ́ fi débẹ̀ tó bá wọ salary ẹ̀, and there is no reward. So do you think he will enforce any law? Because the system has collapsed. The reason is, imagine somebody to bá jẹun tí digestive system ò bá ṣiṣẹ́, everything ò bá ṣiṣẹ́, kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ lálàáfíà. So which means when the system is not functional, every other thing will collapse. So it's not about consequence, it's about there is no system to my head affect the efficiency of that consequence. So the system bá ti wà to my head, consequence just no. Okay, now listen, orí yẹn tó pé wà ní àwọn tó máa ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ mọ́tò gbogbo wẹ̀ tó bá ti gba òṣèlú báyìí nísìnyí wọ́n ti mú alpha. Ó dẹ̀ wá jẹ́ bàbá ọ̀rẹ́ ní school ẹ̀dẹ̀ rí tú tó dẹ̀ ń pa. Lára àwọn tó ń ṣe nísìnyí ó lọ́mọ láàbroad, ó ní ó jẹ́ dual citizen, ó dẹ̀ ń ṣe ó dẹ̀ ń jẹ lọ, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lò oúnjẹ lọ. Ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ wà nísìnyí báyìí ó wà lọ́gbà ẹ̀wọ̀n, ẹni tó bá jí ẹran á wà lọ́gbà ẹ̀wọ̀n, ẹni tó bá jí millions rárá wọn ni kò san díẹ̀ padà nù ẹ̀.
So that ìyẹn gan alone gan.
So already system going to encourage everybody. Go to ministries, go to everywhere. Go to offices, go to everywhere. You will see that it has been embedded in our veins. So when it's in your veins, okay, now listen. That day one in civil service, I was talking to someone that's the father is like a servant of God and yet work in the ministry and occupies a high post. Money. The father is a pastor. Another one in the government. How is he coping? Odake. Don't ban kí wọ́n divert, obey the
Last order.
He obeyed the instruction. So, which means he knows the truth, but the system doesn't enable him to follow the truth. So, before talking about consequences, what is the system creating? Okay, listen, only landlord to embarrass Baba every day. Every day as a child. What opportunity one Yahoo will come to rescue that family from that circumstances.
It will be tough.
What kind of decision Erupamo might make? You see your mother crying to bed every day. Don't soak bed when you cannot eat. You struggle to go to school. On the real rate, combine my bed and she. What will come out of my phone on way? If the only way, Loma rescue, Loma save your parents and your mother from their circumstances, what will you do? Okay, you are in finance department or more one hospital. Or seriously, salary is just about 70,000 naira or 80,000 naira. Or they want a custody of over 10 million naira. To buy runs anything, nobody will know. And you have to pay a hospital bill of 3 million naira. You don't want to lose the child. The system to collapse already. As it has made it even everybody. I'm not saying below ni going to run pay timba debe. Me too, I go chop.
What can I say? Because again, all that Dickinson just portrayed, it's true. Otonio,
Exactly.
these are the realities. While we will not encourage theft, cybercrime, lack of integrity, and some of these things. Nígbà tell me ba so nǹkan tó gbé débẹ̀. You may want to take a deep sigh and say Olúwa ṣàánú, but ẹ̀ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ṣe ń jẹ́ o. Ẹni tí lè bá dẹ̀ mọ́ bára ẹ̀. Only, unfortunately. But we need to find a solution. Torí ẹ̀ ló ṣe wà lórí show Table of Men, and especially solution tó wà inclusive to our agenda. Like I said, on this particular cybercrime matter, yahoo ó dá ìpá ọkùnrin ti dákẹ́ jù. Bàbá mi á sọ pé àsìkò retirement èmi ti tó nìyẹn, ọmọ mi ṣáà ti ń mú nǹkan wálé. Ṣé lóòótọ́ àsìkò retirement rẹ̀ tó náà nìyẹn? Because your child is bringing something. We're going to talk about consequences. Tabak Badade, Latoke Long. Don't take it away.
FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Let me guess, you enjoy talking. You always have something to say. And somehow, people actually enjoy listening to you. So why are you not on radio yet? What are you waiting for? Wells Radio Media Academy is giving you the perfect opportunity to become a certified broadcaster in just 6 weeks. You'll get hands-on studio experience, learn from industry professionals, and understand what it takes to actually own the mic. From radio presentation to news writing to public speaking and social media, everything you need all in one place. Admission is in progress right now as resumption is on the 18th of May 2026. Admission form is available for just 5,000 naira only. This is not one of those maybe someday opportunities. This is now. Don't just sit back and listen to other people shine. Step up and let your voice be heard. For further inquiries, call 0706 840 7359 or 0803 509 3394. Begin your journey to becoming a certified broadcaster today.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour. I am so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data. Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service. One Data? Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
right, you're welcome back. Ekabokbada is the Table of Men. I love this conversation. Sometimes, Sawankota and Salabi are sure if you listen to them, it's a show on its own. The Table of Men still continues more, but when we have conversations like this, phone calls are not our priority. The priority is that we're truly establishing something, and we're transferring kokon, oden wole sibi kon, lara enikon. And so, if you're a young man, I mean, I want it can be the younger ones. Only lady and see you. When you say Mashikini, they oh my goodness. The other day Chukwemeka loan so for Mokoke, Mashikini kon Baba, you get this to say I no get. Show me mobito mo law. You get this, say I no get. You get this, now I no go get. Right? It's the mindset that I'm telling you, le ni first suffer kula yetini. Our fe kini solution. I want us to chat the way forward. We have just about 12 more minutes. Let me start with Mr. Daniel. What is the solution to ensure that at least Kamako Rojola, let's give our own one cent or two.
Mo fẹ́ mú jáde láti inú nǹkan tí Dickindan sọ lẹ́ǹkan. Ó ní wọ́n ní pé system wa ló fà á tá a fi rí ìjákulẹ̀ lára yẹn. Irú àwọn wo là ń gbà sí system yẹn? Ṣé mọ̀ pé nígbà mìíràn ó máa ń ọ̀rọ̀ kan là ń sọ lẹ́ǹkan lábẹ́ aṣọ nípa ẹnìkan tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ pé ó wù ọmọlúàbí. So irú ẹni wo lẹ gbà láti dúró síbi iṣẹ́ yẹn? Ṣẹ́ni tó yẹ kó wà ńbẹ̀ ló wà ńbẹ̀? Ṣẹ́ni tó yẹ kó mú òfin? Ṣé mọ̀ pé ó ní ìlànà tá à ń tẹ̀lé? Tẹ́ bá ti wà níbi tó máa ti gbà ẹ́ síbi iṣẹ́, ó ní ìlànà tí wọ́n fún ẹ pé kó tẹ̀lé. Ǹjẹ́ ẹni tó máa tẹ̀lé ìlànà yẹn ni àbẹ́ni tí ò ní tẹ̀lé ìlànà yẹn? Àbẹ́ni tó jẹ́ pé a kàn fi síbẹ̀ nítorí pé mo mọ̀ ẹ́, torí pé mo mọ̀ àbí torí pé ó ràn mí lọ́wọ́, mo wá mú ẹ síbẹ̀ tí ò dẹ̀ yẹ kó wà ńbẹ̀. Irú iṣẹ́ wo lẹ rò pé ni ẹ máa ṣe tó bá débẹ̀? So now irú ẹni yẹn dẹ̀kẹ́ wá ti ní agbára nítorí pé ó ní ẹnìkan tó jẹ́ pé tán bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún.
Ó máa defend ẹ.
Ó máa sọ pé èmi mo fi síbẹ̀ iye ọdún tí n bá lò náà máa lò. Kò ní nǹkan tó bá ṣe èmi náà mo ṣe nìyẹn. Irú àwọn yẹn ó ń fún ààyè, ó ń fi ààyè sílẹ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn láti máa pé nígbà tẹ́ni tí ń ṣe kò sí kinní kan, kò síbi tí igi ṣe ṣàbáwọn máa ń pé tó bí òwe, kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ṣe tèmi náà ò lè ṣe, òun òkùnkùn lórí méjì ṣèbórí kan náà lájọ ní nígbà tí wọ́n ẹni báyìí ṣe báyìí tí ò sí nǹkan kan tá a ṣe fún ó jẹ́ kémi náà máa ṣe torí ìjọ tó bá máa di ìjọ ìdẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bá ṣe á ní àṣebí wọn náà ṣe báyìí. So ẹni tí ò fẹ́ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ń ṣe nítorí pé ó rí ẹnìkan tó ṣe. So irú ẹni yẹn làwọn àwọn èèyàn wá ń lò ó láti wò pé nígbà tó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ kájọ máa ṣe ìgbà ìbọn tó pé nǹkan tá a bá ṣe kò sẹ́ni tí ó yẹ wà lọ́wọ́ wò kákújọ máa ṣe ní tó fà tó mú adé bíbá yìí nìyẹn. So irú èèyàn wo là ń gbà láti ṣe ní tó yẹ kó ṣe.
Dickindan, let me get your view. I mean, it's a chain. Obviously, nǹkan tó mo learn from this conversation, it didn't just start with the young people and the introduction. Àtàgbà. Àtọmọdé. You know, only joke kan táwọn èèyàn máa ń ṣe pé àtàlejò bá ti wá mi wá sọ wọn kémi ìsínlé. That's a lie. As little as it is, that is a big lie. Irọ́ ni.
Ẹ má bínú pé mo ṣe kinní kan láìpẹ́ ẹnìkan fẹ́ wá béèrè ó ti wá gba nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ mi ó bàjẹ́ ó tún wá fẹ́ wá gba nǹkan yẹn mú àwọn pé tó bá ti dé mo sọ àárín èmi àti ìyàwó mi mo tó bá ti sọ pé mi ò sí ní ìyàwó mi wojú mi pé ẹ wà lé o ṣe é rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Dickindan, let me get your viewing. Solution.
Train up a child, not raise a child. So training is intentional and it involves consistency. Train a child how to create value and add value and how to see money as paper. That child will never place value on money, but rather will place value on how can I create value and add value. But when a child sees money as the most important thing, it will chase after money. That is, but if the child sees creating value and adding value, those that are being corrupted, value will not add.
Let me come in quickly. Do the kind of background, education, upbringing we have, were we raised to add value or to make money? Teba wo lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà, you are raised to make money so that you have a good life for yourself, not to add value. And that's why I think that politically, Taba wo gba, even in not just leadership generally, some of the lapses we see is stemming from that foundation.
Mindset.
Wo mo ń rán ẹ lọ school nsìn kí wọn náà bá lè ṣe dáadáa fúnra ẹ, wo lè wá kó bá lè kọ́lé gidi fún mi, kó bá lè ra mọ́tò gidi fún mi. So at the end of the day, tọmọ yẹn graduate ṣe tán first class kò wá ríṣẹ́, the parents themselves will be more frustrated than even the child tó ṣe tán school tí ó ríṣẹ́. Because you see that the whole upbringing was so that wàá lè dá gbogbo nǹkan yẹn padà. For me, it's a long change. Joe, let me get your thoughts.
Okay, so let me just be
May the Lord
quick
help
with
us.
Amen. So I believe one thing, that's the first question each and every one of us you ask ourselves is, what do I hold important in my life? So if we can answer that question, then that actually would stem into finding a lasting solution to whatever pressure that comes our way. And in the light of what we have been talking about, one particular solution that I think would give us headway from wherever we are now is renewing our mind. Let me go a bit ecclesiastical. The Bible says that be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I think one person got it right while she was alive, Dora Akunyili, when she was conversing for one particular thing then, that if each and every Nigerian can renew their mind, think in a light that I am first human before any other thing, then we are, once our mind has been renewed as individuals, in fact, most of Nigerians' trouble would have been actually found solutions to. So I believe that when we train up our children and even ourselves that we want to train, let's first of all get our mindset right. Let's get our mind right before we pass it. You cannot give what you don't have. So when our minds are right, then we will be able to create a system. Who are the systems? Are we not the ones getting into the system? We'll be able to create a system where hard work, labor, and good success is celebrated over just making money. Where you see that making money through criminal or crooked means is not fashionable again, and it is only hard work that is celebrated. Even you that you are venturing into Yahoo, you know that because when you come out to the public, nobody will celebrate you.
Yeah.
And when you don't find celebration again in what you do, that is criminal.
Japan did this thing. Till tomorrow in Japan, they place so much value on adding value.
Exactly.
It's very rare for you.
Exactly.
So even in Japan, if you lie in Japan, they will kill you.
Let's talk about the role of the media very quickly. We have just a few minutes because media now we gather there.
Unfortunately, I think media has even contributed more to this because we celebrate what we should not celebrate. We showcase what we should not showcase. The things that are to be less emphasized, they are the ones that we put out prominently. And
they are doing that because they feel that majority of the people that want to listen,
exactly.
That's what they want to hear.
Exactly. It still boils down to our mindset. Yeah. If I know that I am trained to add value, to create value for people. This is my point. My point is, whatever pressure you want to bend to would be contingent upon what your mind tells you.
Who you are.
What your mind tells you.
There's this thing I want us to look at.
Yeah.
Now, each media houses has a mindset.
Oh, of course, there must be a core and a vision you want to achieve.
Let's look at Wells Radio.
Yeah.
What we stand for is that we stand for wholesome
content.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not making money from it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's money. We are making money from it. So let each media houses go back to their core values and let them fix it properly. And let's see if it's not going to affect the society.
I mean, finally, as we go, I would say that finally that the government should also look at regulating the social media, because that is the new media. Even for radio, even for television, we are already finding expression heavily on social media, and so more people spend time there. It's a lot. Yeah. Just by watching skits, you get the message.
Exactly.
And the day you are frustrated, all in
the name of content, so you see a lot of
and if you ask some of these content creators, they have no idea what
The
they're
lady
doing.
is so bored,
They are just catching.
and the only thing he's looking for is boredom group. And what will happen there? I said, okay, do you know that you are corrupting your mind because you felt that you are
No,
bored?
the lady, she was not corrupting her mind. Her mind was corrupted already.
Before
That was
she-
why she
she
would
looked
want
for
to
a
look
bottom
for
group.
ecstasy in
In a
bottom
that kind
group.
of.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We have to go. Tobado Setumba will be back again. I mean, I would want parent Baba in particular. Please let's internalize some of this conversation and go back home. You know, when you see fire, you don't dip your hands in it. When you see your children missing the road, you know. But please do not enjoy it, because at the end of the day, it is just for a while. It is just for a while. God bless you. We'll see you in the next one.